How do we divide complex numbers? First, let us define the conjugate of a complex number. The conjugate of the complex number a plus bi is a minus bi. And what happens if we multiply a complex number and its conjugate? Let us multiply the complex number a plus bi and its conjugate a minus bi. Since we are multiplying two terms, we are using FOIL method. A times a squared, outer, minus a, bi, inner, plus a, bi, and last we have bi, quantity squared. If we are to simplify bi quantity squared, that is equal to b squared, I squared. And so we have a squared, the middle term will cancel out, and we are left with minus b squared, I squared. But we know that I squared is equal to negative 1. We have minus b squared times negative 1, a squared plus b squared. Thus, if we multiply a complex number and its conjugate, the result is a squared plus b squared, which is a real number. Let us multiply 5 plus 4i and 5 minus 4i. So we are going to use a squared plus b squared. Our a here is 5 and our b is 4. 5 squared plus 4 squared. 25 plus 16. 25 plus 16, the answer is 41. Let us divide 3 over 1 minus 2i. To multiply this, we are going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. The conjugate of the denominator is 1 plus 2i. For the numerator, we distribute. And for the denominator, since we are multiplying conjugates, we use a squared plus b squared. So we have 1 squared plus b squared. The answer is number 2. 1 over 2i. Just multiply the numerator and the denominator by I. Multiplying the numerator, we have I, and the denominator, we have 2i squared. And so we have I over negative 2. Or negative 1/2 I. Next, number 3, we multiply the numerator and the denominator by I. We distribute and we simplify. If you want the final answer to be written in the standard form, we can rearrange in such a way that we have negative 2 over negative 4. We have 1/2 and 3/4 I. Number 4. 3 plus 2i over 3 minus 2i. Again, we multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. We multiply. Denominator is a product of a complex number and its conjugate. So we have 3 squared plus 2 squared. For the numerator, we apply FOIL method. Nine plus 6i plus 6i plus 4i squared. For the denominator, we have 9 plus 4. I squared is negative 1. And so this is minus 4. And so we have 9 minus 4, 5 plus 6i plus 6i, 12i over 13. 5i all over 6 plus square root of negative 25. Denominator is not yet simplified. We simplify it first. Square root of negative 25 is 5i. And we multiply the numerator and the denominator by 6 minus 5i. For the numerator, we distribute. We have 30i minus 25i squared. Denominator, we have 36 plus 25. The numerator, 30i plus 25. Writing in standard form, 25 over 61 plus 30i over 61. Let us have this example. Square root of 5 all over negative 10 plus square root of negative 5. The denominator is not yet simplified, so we simplify it first. And we multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. We proceed to multiplying the numerator and multiplying the denominator. For the denominator, we have negative 10 quantity squared plus square root of 5 quantity squared. For the denominator, we have 100 plus 5. We simplify. And we simplify. Take note that 10 and 105 are divisible by 5. So 10 over 5, that's 2. 105 divided by 5, that's 21. 5 and 105 can also be simplified. 5 divided by 5, that's 1. 105 divided by 5, that's 21. So our final answer will be this expression.